Good morning, students. Now we shall continue with another book, Snapshot. And the first chapter of this book is The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse by William Saroyan. See the title, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. It means definitely the chapter is all about a horse. Or you can say that somewhere the chapter deals with a horse. Yes, it is quite true. Usually, the story deals with the theme of adventure and thrill of youth and strong tribe character. It also emphasizes the need of avoiding stereotypes in one's judgment of others. The story deals with two main characters. I would say usually there are four characters, but two main because both of them from the beginning till end they are there. One is Aram, another is cousin Murad. Both of the children they belong to the Armenian, or you can say Garoglanian family. They were two Armenian boys and they belong to the Garoglanian family. And their family is well known for the values of trust and honesty. They were very famous for these values, the values of trust and honesty. But both the children they love horse riding. And that's why they took the horse of John Byro. They were enjoying their horse riding regularly, but when they understood one thing, that if they will keep that horse with him, or they will not return that horse to the real owner, their family will be blamed for stealing. That's why when they realized that that is the against of their tribe, that is the against of the values, both of the children they decide to return it to the real owner stealthily, lest the fair name of their tribe is blemished. Okay, so students, we shall continue with this chapter. See, in the beginning it has been said this story is about two poor Armenian boys who belong to a tribe whose hallmarks are trust and honesty. Means their family is well known for what? Their family is well known for trust and honesty. Let's start with the text. One day back, there in the good old days when I was 9 and world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. My cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me, came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up tapping on the window of my room. See, dear children, let me tell you, now both the children, as I told you, they belong to the Garoglanian family. They were the Armenian boys. Right now the condition in present, as we are talking about the chapter, in present the condition of their family or their tribe was not so good. They were poor. But in the past time, their ancestor, they were too rich. Okay? But now at present their condition is not so good. They are poor. So Aram, who is 9 years old, he's the narrator here. He is telling, one day back, there in good old days when I was 9 and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence Magnificence means brilliance, splendor you can say, grandeur you can say. And life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. As he was sleeping, so he was in his dream. But my cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me, came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up, tapping on the window of my room. It's saying, and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream, because at that time his cousin Murad came there and he woke him up, tapping on the window. Aram, he said. I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window. As Murad announced his name, Aram, come out. He jumped out of his bed and looked out of the window. I couldn't believe what I saw. It's saying, I couldn't believe what I saw. It wasn't morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak, not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was the light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. Though he was able to see the things out of the window, it was summertime, right? And early in the morning, it was not too dark. And why did he say that I couldn't believe what I saw? Because my cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. That's why he couldn't believe. His cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse and he could not believe. Why? We shall see next. I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. Now he is rubbing his eyes because he could not believe. Yes, he said in Armenian, it is a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. And Murad say, you are not dreaming, and be quick if you want to ride. I knew my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake, but this was more than even I could believe. In the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horse, and my first longings had been longings to ride. This was the wonderful part. In the second place, we were poor. He says, I knew my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake, but this was more than I could believe. Why did he think so? Because Murad was, let me tell you something about Murad. Murad was 13 years old, crazy streak, adventurous, lived life to fullest, ready to take risk, full of exuberance, and did not mind breaking rules of the family. These are the characteristics of Murad. Okay? He used to enjoy each and every moment of his life, and for that he was ready to break the rules of family. So that Aram knew very well. But it's saying, in the first place, my earliest memories were the memories or had been memories of horse, and he wanted to ride. This was the wonderful part. When he looked at the horse, he was thinking of riding. He's saying it was wonderful. But in the second place, we were poor. But he afraid. He was in fear. He knew that we are poor and we cannot afford the horse. This was the wonderful part, but in the second place, we were poor. When he was thinking of the horse riding, that is saying that it was wonderful. But on the second place, when he is thinking that we are poor, then again he is in dilemma, he is in a fix. This was the part that wouldn't permit me to believe what I saw. This was the part. Which part he is talking about now? He is talking about the second part, because they were poor. This was the part that wouldn't permit me to believe what I saw. What did he see? He saw that his cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. And they were poor, they cannot afford horse. Right? We were poor. We had no money. Our whole tribe was poverty-stricken. Every branch of the Garoglanian family was living in the most amazing and comical poverty in the world. Our whole tribe, hoping so, that where the family members or the people living together, okay? Our whole tribe was poverty-stricken, means their condition was not so good, they were poor. Every branch of Garoglanian family was living in the most amazing and comical poverty in the world. They were so poor. Nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies. Not even the old men of the family. Means they were so poor that it was very difficult for them to arrange the meal for every day for everyone. And Murad is sitting on the beautiful white horse. Means where the family is so poverty stricken that it is difficult for them to arrange the food for the family members. How is it possible in such family a child will purchase or buy a horse? Their condition is too pathetic, so they cannot buy or purchase the horse. Most important of all, though we were famous for our honesty, we had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries. And their tribe, their family was well known for what? For trust and honesty. Even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we like to think was the world. And in 11th century, they were the wealthiest family too. We were proud first, honest next, and after that we believed in right or wrong. So, that was the hallmark of their family, of their tribe. None of us would take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. I was saying that none of the family member of Garoglanian can take the advantage of anybody in this world. It means only one thing is left. What? Steal. Consequently, even though I could see the horse so magnificent, even though I could smell it so lovely, even though I could hear it breathing so exciting. Dear students, underline these things. He's saying, consequently, even though I could see the horse so magnificent, even though I could smell it so lovely, even though I could hear it breathing so exciting, I couldn't believe the horse had anything to do with my cousin Murad or with me or with any of the other members of our family, asleep or awake, because I knew my cousin Murad couldn't have bought the horse, and if he could not have bought it, it means he must have stolen it, and I refused to believe he had stolen it. See his longings for horse riding. But he knew it very well that our family is not so rich right now. We cannot afford the horse. If we cannot afford the horse, it means my cousin Murad had stolen it. And I refused to believe he had stolen it. Because why had he refused? Why had he refused? Because they belong to the Garoglanian family. And in Garoglanian family, nobody can steal anything. No member of the Garoglanian family could be a thief. That was the reason. I stared first at my cousin and then at the horse. There was a pious stillness. There was a pious stillness and humor in each of them, which on the one hand delighted me and on the other hand frightened me. I stared first at my cousin and then at the horse. There was a pious stillness and humor in each of them, which on the one hand delighted me and on the other hand frightened me. Means both the horse and my brother, they were in amusing mood. They were delighted. They were happy. A pious stillness means an absence of sanctimonious motion. An absence of sanctimonious spelling is sanctimonious, sanctimonious motion. So both of them, they seem that they are very familiar with each other. Morad, I said, where did you steal this horse? Now finally, Aram asked Morad, Morad, where did you steal this horse? Leap out of the window, he said, if you want to ride. Leap out of the window, he said, if you want to ride. See, Aram is asking a question, but the answer was something else. Morad did not give the direct answer and Aram understood. It was true then he had stolen the horse, because he did not reply him whatever he asked him. There was no question about it. He had come to invite me to ride or not, as I chose. Now Aram, see, this is the way to defend, right? Now he is defending himself as well as his cousin Murad. He's saying that there should be no question like this, that where did you steal this horse? Okay, he had come to invite me to ride. Now it's my decision, either I want to go or no. I want to go or not. Okay. So students, you will read the chapter again up to here. You will listen to the video very carefully. Okay. You will note down the characters, which characters are coming in the chapter. Okay. You will write down the characteristics. You will write down about their tribe, the name of the family, everything, and the value points as well as vocabulary. Okay. In next video, we shall discuss further. Thank you. Have a good day.